Stay tuned for the planet Earth's most relevant newscast. Broadcasting from Sector 17G of the Milky Way galaxy, we present you a program that is a strange combination of newsworthy and non-newsworthy. Funny at times and extremely non-funny at others. Ladies and gentlemen, Earthlings and Lunars, we present to you Valemount Live.
Slovenia, but from the Czech Republic, representing the European Union. For some reason, the producers of this show felt we needed to try out as anchors for this live program.
Despite the fact that we have both been foreign correspondents since the age of 10, when we met during the war in Chechnya.
There, we rescued 137 orphans while we were reporting live for CNN, Al Jazeera, and the BBC.
She got the Pulitzer,
but she got the Nobel Prize.
In local news, David Bouchard was in town speaking about literacy.
Bonjour, mon nom c'est Bouchard. Hello, my name is Bouchard. Mon grand-père est parti à la Normandie en 1742. My grandpa left France in 1642. Il est allé au Canada à la recherche de l'argent et de l'aventure. He went looking for money and adventure. And that's not what my grandpa found. He found a woman. I like Twilight because the hero is native. It's not Bella Swan. She's an idiot. If anybody's read Twilight, Bella Swan is an 18-year-old girl with an IQ of about 12. She's got an option. She can choose First Nation boy Jacob Black. The kid is so good looking, it's nauseating. He's got a body like a Greek god. He walks around through the whole movie with no shirt on because he's so good looking. He's smart, he's sensitive, he's got everything going. And do you know what this kid turns into? A spectacular golden wolf. Or she can opt for option B, the pasty white guy. 6'4", not a muscle in his lineage, and the vampire turns into some creature that's going to suck the blood out of your puppy if you don't get it in before the sun goes down. But what does she opt for? The pasty white guy. There's not an Aboriginal person in North America that doesn't look at her and say, fail. Oh, by the way, for you older people, that's what we say now when something really sucks. Yeah. Kids, when we were young, when something was really cool, we used to say groovy, baby. Groovy. Everything was groovy. And then we graduated to neat. Everything was neat. Or swell. Swell. And then it was really cool. And then I know what came in. It was sick. It was cool. It was sick. And then epic. Even that is out. The other day when I got home, I little girl had a book by my desk called I Am Number 4. And I picked it up and I said, any good, honey? She said, dope. And I said, so, was it good? She said, epic. And I said, awesome? And she said, you were such a loser. Awesome. Now, if something really sucks, I don't say sucks, I say fail. And if it really, really sucks, epic fail. You read anything and anything, you like it. I can't stand that. Us men, we're just so selective. Me and Claude, there's only so many things we can read. My wife, I woke up in the middle of the night, she was crying her eyes out. And I looked at her and I said, I don't know what you're reading, but I want to read it when you're done. She said, you won't like it, honey. It was The Time Traveler's Wife. I got to page 34, gone. And it happened a second time. She was crying, so it was a Sunday afternoon. She was bawling her eyes out, and I said, whatever you're reading, Vic, I want to read it when you're done. She said, David, you won't like it. The Secret Life of Bees. Page 20, gone. You women, it makes me sick. You're better readers than we are. That's why you're better authors. And for the young girls to know, do you want to know why there were no famous women authors 100 years ago? Because you weren't allowed to write. And we got to go back there, men. We've got to make it against the law for women to write, because now all the good authors, think about it, Harry Potter, Twilight, Hunger Games, they're all women. You mark my words, in 50 years from now, we're going to have some sort of a law to make a certain number of books have to be by men authors, because it's going to be all women. Well, I'm warning you.
It turns out, however, that women are very responsive.
Much like they did 150 years ago, women will simply pretend to be men, right?
We're going to leave the toilet seat up from now on.
And become big authors or big, small musicians.
Welcome back to beautiful Valemount.
Thank you very much.
Have you ever seen such a beautiful town as Valemount?
Well, it's hard to say.
It seems like you may have.
I have been around. I've been to California, the Napa Valley, I've been to England, Germany, Europe, all over the United States, Eastern Canada, but I have to say Valemount is the nicest place I have ever been. Yeah.
Yeah, I concur.
Yeah.
I concur.
It's the people.
Seriously.
Yeah, the people.
I would not have got that one.
Yeah, well, there aren't many of them. You can't. They're hard to find.
So the ones that you've seen are good.
No, I just haven't seen anybody. It's
Okay.
it's what I like in a place is no people.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell me, you play a kind of music, kind of a music that is played on a smaller instrument.
Yeah.
A small music, we'll call it.
You could call it that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. It's your show. You can call it what you want.
So tell me about this, the instrument which you create, this smaller, this minuscule.
Well, it's not really that small. The instrument is small, but the sound is quite big. It's an instrument from Hawaii. They call it an ukulele. I call it a ukulele.
Okay.
And
is that to get people involved? Oh, when you say ukulele, it's like ukulele.
It's no ukulele. It's a mikulele.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
a joke.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, well...
would you like to see
absolutely.
it? I've got two here. This one is a banjo ukulele.
Okay.
So this one is from the 1920s, and you might have heard of a Gibson guitar. Well, this isn't a Gibson. This is the Gibson, right?
Wow.
It says right there. I don't know if...
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
That's the Gibson.
Fantastic.
And these were very popular in the mid-1920s. You can imagine no amplification, but the high-pitched, loud sound, you could hear it above the drums.
That's so funny. Is it playing right now? Because I can't hear it.
No, you actually have to strum the strings to make the sound.
It's an older-fashioned
It's
guitar.
an acoustic instrument.
Right.
Yeah. Would you like to see my ukulele case as well?
Sure.
I just want to show you this because I had to make this myself. This is something anybody can make. It's made of corrugated cardboard covered with carpenter's glue and canvas.
Wow.
And when it dries, it makes this really hard finish. And then inside, the foam is from a sleeping mat that you get from a camping shop, right?
Wow.
And I've covered it with fabric, and then this is from an old briefcase, the clasps and the handle. And your viewers might be interested in learning how to make a case like this.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to tell them how to make a ukulele case in this song called How to Make a Ukulele Case. Use corrugated card for the top and base, but the size should be of the non-corrugated kind. Use half-inch foam to pad your case. A sleeping mat from a camping shop is fine. The handles, clasps and hinges can be rescued from a knackered old doctor's bag or makeup box or satchel ready for the job. And buy some paint of a suitable hue and a great big bottle of carpenter's glue. It can be a lot of fun when you know what to do, using cardboard, canvas and carpenter's glue. You can do it by yourself, you can put it on a shelf, you can tell the neighbours I did that myself.
I wonder if that's what people feel when I play the accordion.
You mean the you-cardian?
No, the me-cordian. That was my one accordion joke. When I play, though, it's not a joke. It's like a quilt of music.
I see. You already have a man's ego. This next clip was inspired by my undercover expose on Osama bin Laden, also known as What Does Osama Do When He's Bored?
Well, the Valemount Quilters Guild, we meet because we all love sewing and we all love fabric and we enjoy getting together and working on projects together and
sharing ideas. We have as our mandate, we make quilts for anybody who gets burnt out of their homes We call them fire quilts. We make quilts for any of the ladies who get ladies' cancers and give them a cancer quilt. And when we have time, we all donate preemie quilts, which go to the hospitals for the preemies.
Okay.
Also, once a year, we try, if we have time, to donate a quilt to the bank that raises money for the Children's Hospital.
First of all, I guess you kind of have to figure out on a pattern that you want to use, because there's been quilting going on for centuries, and there's lots of exciting patterns out there that are old and new. And then the fun part for me is picking out the colors, what colors go together and what patterns go together. And then it's just a lot of cutting and bits and sewing them together. This is an easy quilt for a beginner because it's all squares and straight edges. So this is my interpretation of a rainbow. This one's called Next Door Neighbor. I guess because of how it goes together in the nice rows, because it's a square, it's not much to look at.
Oh, you know, we can't really count the hours. We do it because we like it. The bigger ones take a lot of time. The smaller project you can do in a day, like or half a day even. Yeah, if you have a tough pattern, then in really small pieces, then it takes a long time. Half a year. You don't have to, you don't have to continue. You can put it aside, and whenever you have time, you start over again.
If they haven't got any basics, they need
no-
a basic course.
You need,
Yeah.
Because it shows the different pressing, it shows the different sewing, it shows the different cutting. It's not just scissors, and so you have to have a basic course, and then the sky is the limit. We tell all the ladies that if they have time, if they could make a 12.5 by 12.5 inch block out of earth tone colors, and they put them in, and then we arrange them and get together and sew it all together, and we give these quilts to people who have had fires in their homes.
Because we meet at the high school, it's when the school is off, then we won't meet. Like in summertime, we take a
We need
break.
a couple pieces made together like this, and then I have the strips started to make together that go, they're in pile because they're going to be the next ones on, and then I have, you see, some that's not together in these little wee pieces. Once you get the top made, then you put batting in the middle, and you put backing on the back, and then you quilt it all over.
And you hold the pieces face to face and sew it, and then flip it over and iron it. So the front is nice and the back's gonna be hidden.
This bottom piece will fit onto this, only it has to be pulled your way, Sylvia.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
And that's how, and they'll, as they sew on, they
Kind of line up.
like that.
line to make the story.
I'm leery to take it all apart because it's right in order.
And the layers
that's
is you
fine.
put a piece of padding, like soft stuff, in between. This is the top, and then a big piece of fabric is the backing. So it is a 3-layer: the top, the backing, and the batting, and the backing. That's what makes a quilt. And then you sew it all together and quilt it, like put a pattern, go along the lines, or put a quilt pattern on, and it holds the 3 layers together. That
Unlike Osama, these quilting ladies haven't been using their beautiful quilts as tents in Pakistan, as reported by me, hello Laura, on the BBC in January 2009.
That was big news, but this is even bigger.
Yeah, really big.
Hi, I'm Charles Jones, and welcome to really big news from everywhere. This week, dog not dead, Johnny Doe in Sochi, and Pan-Galactic Sports with DAZ Bibelbrox. But first, June 21st, the solstice was celebrated by Wiccans, Vegans, and Lesbiterians around the world. People noted the day by washing cars, mowing lawns, and partaking in wanton bacchanalias. There were no riots reported. Now to our eyewitness on the ground, Johnny Doe in Sochi. Johnny? I wish he'd quit shooting at me. It's making it hard to get a drink around here. Being in a rock band sucks. So I decided to take up acting. I left the farm and went back to town and got a job. I guess they need 30,000 people in Afghanistan. So they gave me some camping equipment and musket, and I guess I just have to get to Afghanistan. But at least I have a job acting as an American in Afghanistan. I'm Johnny Doe for Really Big News and VCTV, on the way to Sochi via Afghanistan. Whew. Thanks, Johnny. A dog was not cursed and killed by rabbis. This is good news. And that's all the really big news for this week. But stay tuned for Pan-Galactic Sports with DAZ Bibelbrox. Pan-Galactic Sports, the 55th County Championships, is currently underway in England. In Division 2, Northamptonshire beat Leicestershire by an inning and 55 runs. Middlesex beat Kent by 9 wickets, and Gloucestershire beat Surrey by 4 wickets. In Division 1, Durham drew with Yorkshire, and Worcestershire beat Hampshire by 9 wickets. In the Indian Premier League, Bangladesh leads with 19 points. Chennai and Mumbai both have 18 points. Kolkata has 16 points. Punjab has 14 points. Rajasthan has 13 points. Hyderabad and Kochi both have 12. And Pune and Delhi both have 9 points. I'm DAZ Bibelbrox.
Thank you, and good luck in Afghanistan.
In other world news, after the nuclear meltdown in Japan, many people scrambled to pharmacies in BC to stock up on iodine, known to protect person from radiation.
Valemount Live's Zachary Schneider has devised an iodine clock that counts down to the next nuclear meltdown, so you know when to take your iodine, right?
I guess the Canoe Mountain quilt bunker will pay off in the end.
Today on Sciencey Stuff, we're going to be making a iodine clock reaction. So to start for our iodine clock reaction, we are going to need some cornstarch, some hydrogen peroxide, 3%, some warm water, measuring spoons, a stirring spoon, 3 glasses, preferably plastic since we need to throw them out, and some vitamin C tablets, iodine, and something that we can smash vitamin C tablets with, like a soup ladle. And we're going to need a cloth to clean it up. Oh, and a bag. We need a bag with the iodine to put there. Vitamin C into our bag. And we're going to smash it with a soup ladle. Let the smashing begin. There we go. Our vitamin C tablets are now smashed. Try and get them as smashed into as fine as powder as you can possibly get. Pour it into cup 1. And we need 60 milliliters of warm water into cup 1. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to mix this for just over 30 seconds. And now we have our liquid A, which is some vitamin C water. So next, we are going to prepare our liquid B. So for liquid B, we need some of our liquid A. So 1 teaspoon of liquid A into our liquid B cup. And then we need 60 milliliters of warm water. Now we need to add some iodine. 5 milliliters of iodine, or 1 teaspoon. Iodine is very dangerous. It's used for cuts on skin, so don't use it for anything else than this or science experiments. It's very dangerous. It's spilled, and the iodine magically turns clear in our cup. Now we've mixed our iodine with our vitamin C and 60 milliliters of water, and our brown iodine nicely turned clear. So next we're going to prepare liquid C in this cup. So we need half a teaspoon of cornstarch. We need 1 tablespoon of the hydrogen peroxide. And we need 60 milliliters of water. Okay, so now don't need liquid A anymore. We just need these 2 liquids. Okay, so we're going to pour liquid B into liquid C, and then we're just going to pour it back and forth to give it a little bit of mix. And do not take your eyes off the cup. Do not take your eyes off the cup. And it is now purple or dark blue. Successfully changed our once clear liquid into a now dark blue or purple liquid. It's called a clock reaction because you never know when our chemicals are going to change to a blackish liquid. So it happens because the vitamin C does not want the starch to change the iodine blue or black. And then the vitamin C eventually loses, so then the starch reacts with the iodine, and then that causes it to turn black or purple or blue.
And that's the news for tonight.
Remember to vote for us as the new Valemount Live anchors by texting Osama Osama to VCTV.
I'm doing it right now.
To VCTV's official cell phone. And that's news for tonight. Remember, you're and the Friends of Valemount's quarterly meeting this Saturday at 1 p.m. at the Caribou Grill.
Don't forget about the Columbia River Treaty Information Session next Monday and Tuesday at the Best Western Hotel.
Then there's Canada Day celebrations on the 1st and the Ice Cream Social in Dunster on July 2nd.
On behalf of the European Union, Nobel Prize Committee, CNN, BBC and Al Jazeera, we say good night.
Good night.
Across the sea, no one was as blessed as when she gave herself to me. Saintly eyes shining like a picture I have seen. All I ever wanted was Catherine. All I ever wanted was Catherine. Pure winter light shines on powder snows. They muffle delighted cries of a child who long ago blessed us with her innocence, a princess for my queen, a worthy gift indeed for my Catherine, a worthy gift indeed for my Catherine. Sing along. Sing. That's enough. Longing to depart on a journey back in time, took a course in healing broken hearts, and one was mine. Left a stranger laughing, better off for having been in the presence of my darling dear Catherine.
Very interesting.
The presence of my darling dear Catherine. When I die, if indeed to heaven I should fly, and the great big God who lives up there should look me in the eye and ask me to remember what on earth I might have seen, I'll say that I was loved by you, Catherine. I'll say that I was loved by my Catherine. Can you sing by yourself now?
Catherine, I think you're a wonderful woman, and I'd like you to be a part of my life. Now, I realize you're in a relationship right now, but that can change. You know, I play a guitar. It's got 6 strings. It's quite large and musical. And what? 566 1541.
I'm not singing this song anymore. I think that spoiled the whole thing. Now that was a very romantic song. And you're giving my wife your telephone number.
It was indeed a very wonderful.
Look at you smiling and smirking. You think you're so funny, don't you?